Hey guys, Jonathan here, and over on YouTube, we just got our first look at the Avengers Mission Demolition LEGO movie trailer. Now, it's only about a minute long, but there are a ton of Easter eggs to break down, so that's what we'll be doing in today's video. That being said, if you're new here to the channel, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and also stay tuned when the movie comes out next week. I'll be doing more Easter egg breakdowns, custom minifigure tutorials, and all of that fun stuff, so let's get into it. So right off the bat, we start with an image of the Statue of Liberty. Now, of course, this uses the LEGO CMF Statue of Liberty. Not really a crazy Easter egg, but nice to see the LEGO continuity here. Shortly after that, we get our first look at the Avengers team here, and they look exactly the same as we saw them last year in Avengers Code Red, the LEGO movie that dropped on Disney Plus almost a year ago to date. The most notable thing here is every minifigure here can be obtained in actual LEGO sets, with the exception of Hulk, which we have lots of Hulks, but not one in this color scheme with this shade of green and those shade of pants, and we don't have a comic book Vision yet, but who knows? The future remains unwritten. After that, we see Dennis wake up in his apartment, and he walks down the street, and throughout this, we see several modulars. In fact, Dennis lives in a modular, it appears, but in this shot, we also see the LEGO Marvel Sanctum Sanctorum. We also see the Parisian restaurant, as well as Assembly Square, so it's very cool to see that continuity with other LEGO builds built into this world. We also get a very quick shot of The Thing, the first time a LEGO Fantastic Four character has appeared in any LEGO media outside of a video game. It's crazy to think that LEGO is now embracing the Fantastic Four like this, and it would be amazing to get a big fig like this. On that same token, we get our first look at LEGO Gambit, who has a really amazing design here, and of course also has his iconic playing cards. Now we get an exposition that Dennis works with Damage Control, who in Marvel Comics are kind of the cleanup crew that come in after big fights and take damage control, so to speak. As we look at this shot, though, up in the top you could see all kinds of CMF costumes or cutouts or something for even characters like Mr. Gold, who we saw in Code Red last year, as well as the Cactus Girl, the Llama costume, the Dinosaur, and many others. After that, Dennis speaks with She-Hulk, and this is interesting because it's the MCU She-Hulk, who of course appeared in the Marvel CMF Series 2. Now, why this is interesting is, we got a She-Hulk figure originally back in 2017, and that set came with Red She-Hulk. In last year's Code Red, we got the minifigure from that, but now we get the She-Hulk from the more recent version. It seems like they're just kind of picking whatever design they want to use, and that's kind of fascinating. It makes it interesting for Easter egg breakdowns, though, because we never know quite if they're giving us a hint, making something up, or pulling something from the archives. Now, it appears the villain here is going to be Trax, who traditionally is a Fantastic Four villain. Once again, it's kind of interesting to see Trax here with The Thing, who was present earlier, but it makes me wonder if the Fantastic Four are going to have more of a presence here that they're not putting in this trailer and saving for later. It is tough to say, but Trax is a relatively deep-cut villain. He was chosen as one of Galactus's heralds at one point, and he is a formidable foe, but certainly far from iconic, so it's very interesting to see them digging way back in the Marvel lexicon or archives or whatever word you would want to use to pick out a villain for this, and I'm interested to see the direction they're going to go. Shortly after that, we actually see the Avengers playing Go Fish in Avengers Tower, once again with Gambit, which is such an interesting inclusion here. Now, we do see this newsstand that got blown up, and I do believe that this is a reference to Code Red. I haven't seen Code Red in, well, about a year now, but I remember there being a newsstand at the beginning, and I believe this is the same one, which I think is really cool that we've kind of got our own LEGO Marvel Avengers universe on Disney Plus that's building, with this, of course, being the second installment. Now, we see Dennis talking with Rocket Raccoon and Groot. What's interesting here is the baby Groot that they're using here is the one from 2017 instead of the one that just came out in a set a couple months ago, and the Rocket Raccoon is the Guardians Volume 3 version. So once again, it's very interesting to see the designs they choose to go with, but it seems like there's not a ton of consistency. Still, it'll be interesting to see if any of these designs factor into the story. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, but the fact that the Avengers by this point of the trailer have been locked in Avengers Tower, it seems, because Trax says no more Avengers and Dennis is on his own. Maybe he has to team up with the other heroes who aren't traditionally Avengers to, save the day. I guess we'll find out. We then see Dennis put together his Demolition Man suit, or as he calls himself, D-Man, and in the comics, Demolition Man is actually inspired by both Wolverine and Daredevil, hence why his suit kind of looks like a combination between the two. On this figure, it's very fascinating that he's got printing around his elbows for elbow pads, as well as knee pads, and unfortunately, I really doubt we'll ever get this as an official minifigure, but it is a very cool design nonetheless. So after that, we get a quick pan over to several superheroes who Demolition Man has shown his costume to, one of them being Wolverine, another one being Daredevil, again going to that callback of where he's getting his costume inspiration from. Alongside them, we see Moon Knight from the MCU, more specifically from the Marvel CMF Series 2 from a few years back, as well as Sam Wilson Captain America, and a very interesting look at Captain Marvel. This is one of her classic looks from when she went by Ms. Marvel instead of Captain Marvel, and we've never gotten a LEGO minifigure of this, so it's very interesting, again, as the design choices go, to see them completely make up a new design here and integrate it into the story. I think that this also lends a little bit of... I think this also supports my theory that all of the main Avengers have been locked in Avengers Tower, and Demolition Man is going to have to team up with the non-Avengers superheroes to take down Trax. That being said, we've only got a week to go to find out all of the spoilers and all of the Easter eggs, so let me know your thoughts on this video, and let me know down in the comments any theories you picked up, or any Easter eggs that I missed that you might have seen. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next video, and until next time, build on.